Hi, welcome back to Fred in the Shed. I hope you're doing well today. Time to re-look at an old classic radio, which is still great value for money. I don't think you can get a better value for money shortwave radio. And this is the XHDATA D-219. And as I'm making this video, as it's always been, this radio is currently on sale from Amazon before I get any discounts or anything for £9.98 delivered. £10 for an 11 band world radio receiver that really works, that really does pick up shortwave on the broadcast band. I mean, 10 quid, what can you get? It's the price of a London pint now, and even less than a pint of beer at an Oasis concert. Yeah, £10. Quite incredible. I think the only one that comes close to this for value is also by XHDATA, and that's probably the D-219, which is basically the same radio, but this has a built-in MP3 player, if you like that sort of thing. So the reason we're looking at this again is not because they've changed anything, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. For 10 quid, just leave it alone, and thankfully they have. But they've introduced two new colours. This was the original one we looked at, this dark silver, but they've now introduced these two new colours, which is a rather nice fetching grey. It's a grey sort of silver, looks really nice actually, and this, I don't know, turquoisey green, whatever you want to call it. I'm not very good with colours. So two new colours, but the same radio. So I think we're well overdue for a look at it. Let's get these on the bench and let's have a look what you get for £10. So a very, very quick look what we get in the box. We don't expect a lot for our money, but it does come nicely packaged. You do get an instruction book, although the radio is so easy to use. And you get a small little USB charge lead, and that's it. And to be honest with you, that's all you need. So the first thing really is the design on this radio. It is just so simple, isn't it? It's so refreshing after some of these really complicated programmable radios that we sometimes look at on this channel. As I said, it's 11 band. And to control those, simple manual analog slide controller on the front there. So easy. Zoom in and let's have a closer look at the other functions on the radio. Firstly, we'll have a close look at the display. So you'll notice that there are two FM bands. So you've got your standard FM, 87 to 108, and then you have the DX band, which is 64 to 87 megahertz. When I say DX band, for those of you that don't know, if you were to go out early in the evening in a quiet place away from interference, it's just possible that you can pick up foreign FM broadcast stations on that band. We don't broadcast on that frequency here in the UK, but it is possible to hear them. And then you have the AM section there, obviously 512 to 1620 along the bottom, and then you've got your 9 shortwave bands all laid out. Printed quite small, I must say, but they're all laid out on the scale on the radio. Now, one thing I will say, we have got manual volume control and we have got manual tuning. It's very nicely damped. I mean, it just feels so much better than you would expect for something that costs £10. Very nicely damped, but from my previous experience in using this radio, yes, it will work, as I'll demonstrate on shortwave, but you will need to be very sensitive with your tuning. It feels like it's analog, like old school, but it's not. It is DSP digital tuning. And what I found in the past is you'll come to a station and you just have to go past it slightly and then just go back a little bit and let the automatic gain control, the AGC, to lock on to the station. But it will pick up all of your big shortwave broadcast stations. Probably not that sensitive maybe for, you know, weaker stations. You probably need to spend a little bit more money, but main broadcast shortwave, absolutely fine. So on this side, as I say, volume control, very nice and easy, and a very smooth tuning wheel. On top of the radio, simple on-off switch. Now it does show a headphone jack, My previous experience on these radios, it is mono on headphones, and in the advertising on the website it does say earphone. So I don't suppose that's changed. So I still think that's going to be mono on FM. But I mean, you know, that's fine at this price point. Also has a DC jack here if you wanted to put 5 volts into it. This radio doesn't have a rechargeable battery. It does use standard AA's. Not much going on this side of the radio, nothing on the bottom. And then we come to the back. The frequencies that you can tune the radio into are printed on the back, which is quite nice. And this folds out, and it's a little kickstand. And do you know what? It locks in place. Look at that. It's pretty decent. It puts radios costing 4 times the amount of money to shame, and it really works. And also, you'll notice there's an indent. Look at that on the antenna. So when you fold out the antenna, you can have the antenna upright. See, someone thought about it. Someone was awake when they were doing the designing, because radios I've looked at recently, it costs much more than this. They forgot to do that. Antenna itself feels very, very nice, very firm on the hinge. Sorry, I'm getting a bit close to the camera. Very firm on the hinge. As far as the length goes, about 50 centimetres, and to be honest with you, that's all you're going to need for the broadcast band on shortwave. You don't want to go too much more, because these little radios do overload quite easily. As I mentioned, no rechargeable batteries to worry about. Very, very simple, old-fashioned battery compartment, 2 AA's. Can use rechargeable batteries if you like, or just 2 cheap AA's, and you get hours and hours and hours of runtime from the radio. And that's it. That's all there is, and that's really all you need. I mean, why would you want anything else? And I've got to say, this, as I say, this new colour, this new grey, in my opinion, it's probably the best colour. It looks really nice, and it just doesn't look like a £10 radio. It just looks really, really nice. So what I'm going to do is we'll take this outside, and we'll connect it up and see what it sounds like.
Orange colour.
Yes, it did. So what I did was I got a Sharpie pen and I coloured in with both sides.
It was like a nightmare.
Extreme Peak Danger is produced by Lee Meyer and Amalia Sortland. Extreme is produced by Novel. Well, I hope the Mart is feeling much better very soon. This should do the trick. It's Blessings on Hits Radio.
I'm wrapping up this letter that I wrote you.
Competition getting underway today in the sunshine of London. The score moves forward to 106 of 63 deliveries for the London Spirit.
Henry, thank you. Commentary continues on 5 Sports Extra. You can also watch it on BBC Two, the BBC Sport
pitch, because he wasn't happy with what he'd seen in training. Yeah, the player went back, had a word with him. The coaches had to get between them, and it didn't quite get physical, but it wasn't far off.
By Home Funeral Care and Fusion Masti Restaurant, official radio partner, Laika Radio.
New guidelines? Yes, there are actually several preconditions. First of all, researchers have to show they acted responsibly. That means they...
Un loc în care au început să vină în vacanță în mod organizat cadrele didactice de la universitate.
O evoluție păstrând tot așa spiritul rustic, spiritul vămii, olanele de ceramică, piatra de calcar,
arayışlarında yeniden gündeme gelir. Zorbalığa karşı hukuku, tevhidiyet artık toplumsal yüzleşiyi savunur. Kimi zaman bir. Например, Долфу.
какой именно колхоз тебе нравится? Ведь в Китае очень много его видов.
Мне он нравится его.
And there we go. I mean, what more can I say? It has been and has to be the best bargain shortwave radio out there. Yeah, you can get better shortwave radios, but you're going to pay 3 times the price. I mean, £10. You're not really get anything for £10 these days. What a great little bargain. Everywhere on the internet, you can buy it from the XHDATA website. I might even get a little discount code. If I do, that'll be in the description. If not, just get one from Amazon for £9.98. Can't really go wrong. So there you go. I hope the video was interesting to you. As I say, links for all of these radios are in the description. I'll put up some little tiles that come up at the end of other XHDATA, including that D-219, if you want to see slightly more expensive radios. So they make really nice radios, XHDATA, and they'll be at the end of the video. But as for now, as always, cheers guys. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you dropping by. Stay safe, and of course, I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers guys.
Fred's in the shed where the magic unfolds. Fred in the shed with his trusty CB. He's a friend to the lonely on a frequency.